I had a quick question. The one thing I remembered about the movie back in the 90s was the actual music and how the tone actually set it, as you were just talking about music. How do you think the music influenced how people relate actually to the movie, rather than having a regular, let's say, a horror score?
No, we had Philip Glass.
Yeah, yeah.
That's Philip Glass. There was so many elements in this movie that made it work. It makes it transcend. The cinematography by Tony Philip Glass, the beautiful skyline of Chicago, you know, the casting.
Yeah, Tony Richmond is a great cinematographer. He shot The Man Who Fell to Earth and lots of other great stuff with Nick Rogue. Don't Look Back, all that stuff. And that guy, I mean, that's why this film looks so good. When he lights Virginia Madsen's face with just that streak of light across her eyes, it's like something you would have seen in a movie in 1941. Absolutely. You know, this great movie star lighting, and it's fantastic looking.
Yeah, you know, and he was one of the first DPs that gave me a huge tip, because as an actor, sometimes you tend to want to do everything. And he says, you don't have to do everything, you know. And I said, what do you mean? He says, the camera is like your lover, okay? And you don't have to tell her everything. You let her see everything. And if you let her see it, she will compliment you. And it took me years to really figure that out. But, you know, it's not about pushing it. It's just about being.
Well, you see that, and the first time that we see the Candyman in the film, it's very still.
Yeah.
You know, it's very still. There's the close up of the shoes, and then you see the checkered pants and the whole thing. And then, but when we see you, it's very, very still.
Yeah.
Which I think is it counterintuitive for an actor, because you want to fill the screen, right? Yeah.
It's supposed to be acting.
Yeah.
When in fact, I had another acting teacher that used brushing your teeth as an example, and he would have 30 of us get up and say, okay, pantomime brushing your teeth, and everybody's doing all this shit, when in fact it's just the simplicity of putting the paste on the tube and just doing what it takes to get the job done.
Yeah.
You know, to me, that's the secret of cinema acting. You know, theater is a whole different thing, because then you have to reach the last row. But
other questions? It's hard to see. Yeah, go right ahead. Yeah. The question, so everyone can hear.
Said that.
Are you working on any projects right now?
Okay, I'm talking to the void. I still don't see it. Thank you. Yeah, I am. I still got another 3 weeks on Call of Duty Black Ops 2, which comes out in November. Been doing mocap and voice work on that for like 2 months. It's really weird at 8 in the morning having to get into a wetsuit.
With the little balls on.
And you have no protection, you have no pockets, you have no place to put your script, you're just you. And but it's going to be an awesome game, and that game will probably get me singularly the most exposure of 7 billion copies they're predicting in a month. So it's going to be huge. And there's a film that's going to be here October 18th. Is it October? Yeah, October 18th for Toronto After Dark. Film I executive produced called Sushi Girl. There was at Fantasticon. We were sold out crowd, lines around the block. It's one of the best roles of my film career. And not only me, you got Noel Hathaway from Neverending Story, Andy McKenzie, Sonny Chiba shows up. You know, Danny Trejo, Michael Biehn, Mark Hamill is my right-hand man.
Wow.
So it's an iconic film goer's pride. Jimmy Duvall.
Wow. And what's it about?
It's about a group of gangsters who get together on the release of somebody's, on one of our teammates' release from prison, and trying to uncover some answers. And it starts off with civility, and then things go awry. Sushi Girl refers to a yakuza tradition of Japanese gangsters talking over a naked woman covered in sushi.
Right.
So that was fun.
Yeah. That's why they're lining up around the block, you know that. There's another question right here. Yeah. He's right there next to the guy in the red. And about Call of Duty Black Ops, how did you get involved?
How did I get involved? Voiceover work is something I just started doing in the last 3 years. And as you do one, every job leads to another job. That's my philosophy. You don't burn bridges, you do the best you can, and that always leads to another job. When I did The Fallen in Transformer, in spite of the fact that it's an awful movie, but it made like $800 million. So the voice people started coming, and then I don't know. I got a call one day saying it's between you and one other person for this game that they couldn't even tell me what it was. It was called the Eclipse at that time. And then by the end of the day, they said, you're the guy. And then they told me what it was. I said, I'm a gamer. So I said, what the fuck? What? Are you kidding me? Now I won't be able to play the damn thing. And next thing you know, we're in the studio, and it's this one, if you're a gamer, is 33% bigger than anything they've done before. We go to China, we go to Paris, we go to Prussia, we go to Russia, we go to Los Angeles, New York, Toronto. Shit gets blown up, but if you're good, you can save the world. And I play Admiral Tommy Big Boy Briggs, who I'm on the U.S. Barack Obama in 2025, and I'm just sending you out to the missions.
And how long?
Your drones.
How long does it take? Does it take longer, or to shoot the video game work, or is it as a film, or is it a little more economical?
No, they're spending, I think it's $75 million for the film production, another $100 million for marketing. You know, but the room that you shoot in, you're in a circular black box, and there's mounted cameras all around you. Wow. So you're like on. There's no hiding. There is no invisibility. You're on. You're surrounded by 187 cameras, and it's tracking you and immediately feeding into some technician's computer, and then they're manipulating and da da da.
Wow.
It's pretty 1984.
Yeah. We just have time.
Digitized.
You're immortal in your digitization. We just got time for a couple more questions, so I'll go here.